Good morning. I hope everyone's having a wonderful morning and getting to really live their life in the moment and feeling the waves of nature that are guiding them through this chaotic period. Because when we can't be in order, when we can't see how things are going to line up in our left brain, which is in ourselves, we have to rely on our right brain, which is connected to source, that is going to guide us through these feelings inside our hearts rather than guiding us through overthinking things. If you spend your time perseverating about the future and looking at the past, like our old lives, for example, that we have to let go. If you keep looking back, you're causing yourself pain. And if you're looking forward and try to see some order out of the chaos that's ahead of us, you're going to be causing yourself pain. So you need to be in the moment right now. And in the Bible, Jesus says, uh, one of his disciples says, "Can I go back and say goodbye?" And he says, those who have had their hand on the plow and still want to go back and say goodbye or whatever exactly what is isn't fit for the kingdom of God. And so that kingdom of the God keeps us away from fear. And when we can be in the moment and know that when we're following God and good order and direction, it's leading us, he's leading us somewhere. So I woke up like I do many times at about 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, and I just started to roll around in bed because I'm instantly awake. And what I've learned to do instead of be upset that I can't sleep is just don't fight it. Just do what your body wants to do, and you wake up and just start to kind of meditate on what thoughts woke you up. And that's where I get a lot of deep insight. Is taking advantage of those wake up calls from the Lord at 3 or 4 in the morning. And with what I've been getting a lot of nagging, let's say, like for lack of a better word, is myself. I'm nagging at myself because God's been showing me some things that I need to stand up against. And this morning I woke up to these words, and it's like, if you are still caught up in the race and identity, like sex, religious fight, all these like dualisms, if you're caught up in these fights, then you're still colonized. So this is the idea, is it was about who's been colonized. Well, look at the world. We've all been colonized at one point in time and place in time. And so what does it mean then if it's not to do with race? Then what does being colonized mean? Well, it means being fed a narrative that we completely follow, and we get told that this narrative is going to be better, and they feed us all this comfort to take this new life rather than sticking to what's in our souls and what we need to be. And so when we're colonized, it's mental enslavement. We're colonized of our mind. And so do they hold space in your mind, or do you live here and then God holds space in your mind? So what I'm saying is that there's many, many people that are still colonized. They're still living the Babylon programming. They haven't taken the red pill. They haven't awakened, you know, And that has nothing to do with race. If people are still holding on to resentments and hatred, and they're demanding vengeance for things that have happened in past generations, then that stuff is keeping you away from your spirit, which is, keeping you from God. So I see a lot of people, like native people, that they've gone through a lot, and it's unbelievable what's happened. And what at one point I look back, and there's many people in the generations right around the 1900 and just before that had to say that they were not native or part native, just so they wouldn't be judged or persecuted for being what they are. And so I know there was a lot of people that stood strong to try to hold what they were and their spirituality, and that's Louis Riel and Gabriel Dumont and all of the warriors that fought with him to try to hold off that colonization, which was the mental enslavement, where they put us into these kept in comfortable places and told us that this is the story that has happened and now follow it. Well, they change the story all the time. For As the narrative changes, they shift the stories around. So it has nothing to do with if you're native, whether you're have been colonized, and it has to do with your mind. And so that's where, like, in this, I love that the name for the native movement is every child matters, because that is a powerful statement. Every child does matter. And so now if we want to really show that we're at a point of reconciliation or healing, then we have to stop putting lines between us, even saying that we're different in any way or that we should be treated in a different way. Like, we should all just be. The day that we stop making things just for one race or this race or that race is when, we're gonna have issues. We have to reconcile and come to peace, and we have to know that I believe in a lot of things in Christianity, but original sin is not one that I believe in. And so that means that I'm not born into this world because of my color of skin inheriting any righteousness or evil. That's just not how this world works. So I guess I've been chatting a little too much here now. Let's get to some jamming. What is the truth? What is the truth? What is the truth? Oh, oh. What is the truth? What is the truth? What is the truth? What is the truth? Oh. What is the truth? There were centuries of hate, holy wars, inquisition, crusades, witch hunts, jihad, terrorism. Popes, kings, presidents, and politicians use these tools to strengthen their position. All the reason enough for revolution. People stand up or bring down the system. Your minds must open to your hearts, you must listen. Not allow these lies to make decision. Don't drink the Babylon water. 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 What is the truth? What is the truth? Don't drink the Babylon water. 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 Don't drink the Babylon Don't drink the Babylon water. Thank you guys very much for joining me for my third coffee jam. Much love and God bless.